Hi all, Hipper here. Today I am taking out the Belfast and I am using my Tenant setup here for this battle, but that's more of a coincidence. I also have a Fraser build that I sometimes use as well, but in this case, Tenant is the guy. Now I don't really play Belfast a lot solo. I think it's a wonderful division ship, and I mean I like playing it solo, but I think there are more entertaining ships to play. As a general rule, ships who rely like 80% on their smoke to survive, I tend to find them pretty boring to play. And it's not because Belfast is a bad ship at all, because it's not. It's just, yeah, I get a little bored when I play it. But anyway, I had to do a tier 6 battle here for my Khabarovsk Bureau project, so I thought, oh, let's take it out and see how we go. So yeah, trying to get my destroyer to help me out here. Because in my opinion, there's no better ship to contest the most dangerous cap in the game than Belfast. Especially with Tenant, because it's so fast, I can get in there before the other ships get into position. And I see there's already a DD in there trying to cap, but that's okay, because Belfast has both sonar, radar, and smoke. So really there's nothing this ship cannot deal with. And at the start of the battle you have a pretty good idea where the destroyers are. See how we use the quick rudder to avoid that salvo there? Anyway, at the start of the battle, you know where the destroyers are. They're all going to go for the caps. And if they don't, that's perfect. Then you get the cap for free. So use the radar here to unmask this guy here. And then we're just going for the kill before the rest of his team can come to his aid. And my Belfast goes nearly 40 knots. So I can close the distance fairly quickly. And as you can see, I am saving my smoke until I am in deep trouble, because I need to get out of this cap as well, and that's what my smoke is for. So we're just gonna come barging around this corner here and surprise this guy here, hopefully. He won't even be able to get off any torps, because we took out his torp launcher there. And even if he did, we're just gonna turn a little bit here to make it difficult to hit me. And there's his delayed torps, because the launcher got taken out, so that's him, down. And then the other Belfast makes it around the corner now, and I'm going to use my smoke to help me get out of here, because I'm going to get focused right here in the middle of the water without smoke. And he's nice and broadside, so we're just going to change to AP here, and hopefully get in some good hits. It's okay, but nothing spectacular. We'll give it one more shot. Just wait for his radar to run out. So he's a little bit too aggressive, and he looks like he's going to eat a few torps there. So thank my destroyer for that, and it was nice that he actually changed his mind and joined me here in the cap. So see, we have the cap now, right off the bat, and the team is a destroyer and a cruiser down. So we're going to head into a little bit more safety here, and try to concentrate on what is my left flank. And that's because if you look at the right flank, you can see the majority of the enemy ships are congregated behind the mountain range. And they're not going to be a threat, at least for a few more minutes. So if we can mop up the left flank now, then we can all concentrate on those remaining ships on the right flank. And really that's how you win games in this game. So someone taking a few shots there. It's a Shah Martel, and see how the quick rudder no problem avoiding his cruiser shells even. It's no problem. So the radar is back, and we're just gonna wait for our smoke, and then we can do another daring play somewhere, somehow, don't know yet, but like right now I am contemplating simply heading into A, because my smoke will be replenished by then, and yeah, pretty much taking that cap. But then this Martel here just presents an opportunity to citadel him, so we're gonna take that instead, while we still head for A cap, or cap A. And then we just slow down a little bit here to just avoid the worst of his. Perfect. So I see Belfast works with an agile build. It's not the best at all by any means, and you don't really need it much because you have smoke. But in a tight one, it helps certainly. So my team's got A now, so I can concentrate on this Martel now, and there's a Fletcher there also that I have to keep in mind. But the Martel is the biggest threat to me right now, so I gotta take him out, and then I'll focus on the Fletcher after that. And he is completely oblivious. He is occupied fleeing from a destroyer for odd reasons that we don't know, but I guess there's a reason. So he eats a lot of Edinburgh AP here, and he keeps going broadside. And the annoying Fletcher is trying to intervene. But like you can see, we can still avoid most of his shots by just wiggling around a bit. And that's the Martel, and then we just have the Fletcher here, and he's being very, he's not being very cautious. Right in the open, firing his guns and not even trying to evade. That's not going to end well for him. And he's trying to turn, but that is way too late. So that's it. We have total dominance at A and B now. And the logical thing for the enemy team to do now would be to push B. So I'm going to head back that way. And I have a smoke, and I have a radar. And I'm in good nick HP wise. So I'll take it on and see what happens. Like, it is a nice thing to have both a smoke and a radar on the same ship. Like for example on Edinburgh you can't do that. But I actually prefer Edinburgh. And I prefer Exeter at the lower tier. Because, like I said before, Belfast is a really good division ship. If you have some kind of like a plan and strategy or some tactics or something like that, then you can trust your fellow players. It's not a very good winging it ship, and to be honest, that's mostly what you do in solo plays anyway. But if you have a good division and other good players, and you can set your ships up to complement each other, well, Belfast is one of the best ships in the game, no doubt about it. So with this build here, I did not choose the improved acceleration. So anyway, he's hiding there, and we'll just shoot off our radar to make him show himself, and then just make life miserable for him. But there will be no capping for you, my friend. Well, like I said, I have the double rudder on this Belfast here, and I switch back and forth between double rudder and one rudder and acceleration. And in this case, I should have chosen acceleration, but you never know that, because in a minute I'm gonna eat some torps from that Jarvis there, and that is like the worst part about Belfast or any smoke cruiser really, is like it's those torps that get you when you sit in the smoke. It's alright. We've done really well in this game, and if we have to eat a torp for unmasking that destroyer there, that's fine. We'll take that. Now, of course, I try to survive as long as possible in a game, because generally that's when you're the most use, is when you're alive, unless you can make some kind of, crazy play that takes out 3 or 4 enemies, and then by sacrificing yourself, well, that's totally worth it. But generally, for any ship, the later in the match, the more powerful you get. And because there are less enemies left to shoot at you from odd angles and from across the map, and it's much easier to position, and it's much easier to have an impact on the battle. So I'd say it's exponential. The first 5 minutes, everybody is just a ship, and then 5 minutes in, probably 2 or 3 teammates have died, and you're that much more powerful and important. And the last 5 minutes are just, yeah, pretty crazy if you're a cruiser at least, or a destroyer. So anyway, that's the end of this battle here, and I hope you enjoyed this Belfast battle here. I know a few of you have been asking for it.